Very good morning to all. In today's class, I am going to discuss you about the assessment techniques. While assessing the students, we must know some of the assessment techniques. Now, let us see what are the assessment techniques. While assessing the students, we have to keep these important points in our mind. The teacher must think how well I apply this technique in my class, and does the technique focus on a various variable that can be changed to promote the better learning, and how will I know this technique is useful or not to assess the students. These are the points the teacher must keep in your mind while assessing the students. Now let us see, these are the tools. In today's class, I am going to discuss you about the rubric, authentic assessment, and performance-based assessment. The first one is rubric. It's a tool to assess the performance of students in a different area by fixing the certain criteria of assessment. To measure the students' performance based on a predetermined set of criteria, a rubric or scoring scale is created, which contains the essential criteria for a task and the appropriate level of performance for each criterion. If the teacher must created their rubric in their advanced level. These are the examples for the rubric. For example, if a teacher gave the program to the students to create a video program, and these are the rubric table the teacher must create it. The rubric table is based on the criteria. The first one is introduction, adding the image, adding text, and conclusion. Based on this, the teacher also gave the weightage. See that in the second column, x2, x3, x3 and x1. And these are the performance. Based on the students' performance, the teacher gave the marks for the students. This is based on that tabular column. See, this is the final result. If the teacher gave one mark to the performance, that means it became poor. And if they give 2 mark means the students in the average level, and the 3 mark means they were in a good. These are the scoring in performance rubric. Then the electronic version of rubric is also called the e-rubric. Now let us see the authentic assessment. Authentic assessment is a type of assessment that requires learners to apply their knowledge and skill in a real world content. In this authentic assessment, the student must apply their knowledge and skill in their real world content. It measures what the students know by demonstrating how they can apply their knowledge. This type of assessment is designed to measure the students' ability to think critically, solve problems, and communicate effectively. Due to this authentic assessment, the teacher can get to know about the students' critical thinking and the problem solving capacity also. Due to this authentic assessment, the students can communicate effectively. Then the benefits of authentic assessment: providing a more accurate picture of students' learning, helping the students to develop the critical thinking and problem solving. With the help of this assessment, and the students can able to develop their critical thinking and the problem solving, and supporting the students in increasing their communication and collaboration skills. Due to this authentic assessment, their communication and collaboration skills also improved, allowing the teachers to differentiate the instruction for all the learners. Then the meaning of the authentic assessment. Authentic assessment is a type of assessment that requires learners to apply their knowledge. They must apply their knowledge in the real world content. Based on benefits, and overall these benefits goes to both the way that they must acquire their they must apply their knowledge effectively, and they can able to acquire their problem solving and critical thinking also. Walter Parker recommended the following attributes of the authentic assessment. These are the attributes these are the attributes that Walter Parker recommended. Now let us see the performance assessment. Performance assessment is based on the student must perform instead then write a test. In the performance assessment, the student must perform instead of writing a test. In a Spanish class, the students may ask to deliver an oral presentation rather than a traditional exam. In the Spanish classes, the students only asked to perform the their oral presentations. They didn't have their examinations. In the features of performance assessment, real world sceneries. Due to the performance assessment, they came to know about the real world sceneries, authentic and complex process, and their higher order thinking skills are improved. Transparent evaluation criteria. Due to this performance assessment, there must be only the transparent evaluation. These are the criteria for creating a performance assessment. Use relatable communications and situations. Incorporate multiple stages of completions of a performance task and problem that use creative thinking. Due to this performance assessment, the creative thinking also improved, and it involved the interaction between the instructor and the self. Allow for a self-evaluation. Due to this performance assessment, the students can be able to do their self-evaluations also. Now the next one is hints to consider when planning a laboratory type assessment. A laboratory type is also known as performance assessment. Try to make the exercise similar in length, being each sequence with an easy question and build towards the most challenging one. The teacher must create the question which must be challenging one. The consider providing optional question at some of the stations for younger students. Arrange for adults or older students to help the reading items or manipulating material based on their age groups. The teacher must provide their test questions to their students. If you are concerned about having a station for each student, divide the number of hall. It must be based on a number of hall. The teacher must divide the persons into certain groups and ask them to perform it. Conclusion: assessing is necessary for knowing the student's strength and weakness. With the help of the assessment only, the teacher can be able to know the strength and weakness of the students. Assessment technique enable us to assess the special students through special alternative assessment. With the help of assessment techniques, we can be able to know the needs of the students. So by using the alternative assessment technique, meaningful learning can be enhanced. With the help of assessment technique, the teacher can be able to bring up the child in their life. Thank you.